and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who has no time to die. It's Robert Lamb.
Thank you for having me. I just made a coffee. It's stirred. I don't shake them anymore, even though I did want to get in the mood. But the first time I did it, I did burn myself quite a bit.
Yeah, so you did that on our Bond ranking episode. That was probably like in our first 25 episodes ever for Movies, Films, and Flicks. And there is a 5-minute segment where you're just screaming. Your face is just on fire and your hands.
I tried to make that joke or whatever, like, because we were doing a Bond podcast and we all said, like, let's just make our drinks like whatever we're drinking, shaken, not stirred. So I was like, yeah, of course. And I just made a coffee and obviously it didn't go well. But, that's what I get for trying to make, a joke and fit in with everybody.
I had that can of pretentious IPA that just exploded.
yeah, that was all for it. At least you didn't suffer any second degree burns.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I was fine. I mean,
because you don't drink hot beer anymore, right?
No more hot beer for me. It's
that's what I thought.
For the longest time, I was that guy, who's at the party wearing a monocle,
right.
A cardigan without the gin. And
your hot beer.
Yeah, and just putting my IPA in a glass and then heating it and then drinking it and just staring at people.
Right. Well, people just don't understand. It hasn't caught on quite yet, but it will, I think.
Hot IPAs are not great, Robert.
They're not? Are you sure?
I try to live my life. I try to
you gotta
convince
get to the
myself.
Right temperature.
Yeah.
I think it's like 20 seconds in the microwave.
And if you do it, what's the setting? Every microwave setting's different. So
yeah, not high. You don't want to put it on high.
Yeah, it's just, one time it was too hot and a glass exploded. My journey through drinking hot beer was,
that's a podcast on its own, right?
It's like if Under the Tuscan Sun, Eat, Pray, Love, and Big Fish were a movie. That would be my journey drinking hot beer.
Aren't those all movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
If those movies
were one movie,
okay, that would be my journey.
Right.
Through hot beer.
That's what it could be called, through hot beer. THROUGH, not THREW.
Oh, I love it. Those are the craziest 3 weeks of my life, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Just 3 weeks?
Yeah. It didn't last long. I tried.
Did you travel for it, Under the Tuscan Sun?
Yeah, I was a whirling dervish there for a while. I was everywhere, flying. Right. I was on planes. Hey man, can you heat this up? Like, you want me to heat up your beer? Yeah.
Isn't that how you met your wife though? Didn't you guys both reach for the same glass of warm beer?
Yep, that was it. So I went to get some Caskel in England, and it's traditionally room temp, and we drank it. I'm like, nah, not warm enough.
Right.
And then she and I just locked eyes. We said at the same time, not warm enough. And that was it.
Oh, so cute. That's such a good meet cute.
Yeah. And then we had a massive bar fight because blokes don't like hearing that over there. And so we just got into a big scrap and tables were thrown everywhere. And, we ended up the victors. But that led to our marriage.
But then, and then you guys grabbed a bottle of beer and then you guys warmed it up. You went out to the park and you made sweet, sweet love in Before Sunrise?
Yes. I put the beer under my armpit while walking just to warm it up.
Right.
Yeah, I had 2 cans under each pit.
That's how you kept them warm.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the story of my wife's and I, how we met. And it's basically a more romantic version of Before Sunrise.
Well, because you guys actually exchanged numbers.
Yeah, exactly. And we didn't set a date to meet later, and then we didn't do a bunch of walking through.
And she did not show up. Yeah,
exactly. We're much happier than.
By the way,
Celine
I just watched those movies.
Well, I have a really weird data post coming out about those, so I'll share it with you when I get a chance.
Oh.
So I'm gonna ask you something. So, like I said earlier, you've been talking about Bond with me since 2015 on this podcast. So.
Oh yeah.
I know my brother-in-law, Sean Alvashar, is going to be annoyed that he wasn't brought on this because he did the Quantum of Solace episode of me. We talked about the worst Bond movie ever.
Nice.
He loves it. It was positive. But yeah, so then, watching this trailer, you and I were talking, and I just want to, before we get going, it's called, this movie's called No Time to Die. It's going to be released on November 20th. It's 2 hours, 43 minutes, $250 million budget, directed by Cary Joji Fukunaga. It looks huge. Now, I'm just going to one question for you. Now you have Sean Connery, you have Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and George Lazenby, and Daniel Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Who rank them according to how great they could say "No Time to Die"?
How they could say it?
Yeah, like Sean Connery, like "Hello, Moneypenny, no time to die."
Sure, he's got like that little like
Yeah.
he just adds that to
No
everything.
time to die.
No time to die.
There's no time to die.
The
Moneypenny.
best way to say it depends. Like, so I would say probably Craig would. I'm gonna give it to Craig is number one, just because this is him. He knows he's got no time to die, and it's just a serious tone, and it's like that's it, right? Like he doesn't have time.
Because
he doesn't have time.
Rami Malek's gonna destroy the world.
Some way, somehow.
Safin.
So he's gonna kill millions.
Safin is gonna kill millions, and there's no coming back.
There's no coming back from it. So I'm putting him number one. Number two, because I want to keep with the serious tone of it, I think I'm going Timothy Dalton, which is weird. I know that's like, I feel like that's weird even coming out of my mouth, but he's going to be number two. And then number three after that is Sean Connery.
No time to die.
Because like, you know, he was in a lot of movies and stuff, and he never did die. He pretended to die.
There's no comfort.
Twice. yeah. But he didn't die. That was a good like fake out in the beginning of that movie, because we all assumed he wasn't going to die. And then I go Pierce Brosnan, then probably Roger Moore, and then last I'm gonna have to go with Lazenby, just because of that Australian accent.
He would say it cheekily.
A little too much. He'd smirk at the camera.
More,
in the fourth wall.
Exactly. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, the other guy. This doesn't happen to the other guys. So, all right, I love that ranking. For me, like Bond would just sit there drinking a martini for an hour and then go, "There's no time to die," and then he would just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like when Craig says it, Craig's like, "There's no time to die." Well, I get it. Yeah, true. Good point. It's
right.
I'd rather hang out with someone who says it cheekily rather than seriously.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
You want like a Moore or like a Lazenby?
Yeah, exactly. Looking at the camera, directly at the camera.
See, the thing with
there's
like
no time to die.
With that is like Bond knows that there's no time to die, obviously. Like that's a given. Every single time, every mission he's been on, there's no time for it, right?
Mm-mm.
But there is a time to like, he knows that no matter what, no matter if there's a bomb about to go off or whatever, he's got time to complete the mission.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
To not
he's
die.
got to complete the mission. Then he's not going to die in the process. So he's got time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He just has no time to die.
Exactly.
That makes sense. I don't know.
I mean, my brain is mush right now.
I know it.
There's plenty of time not to die, but then there's no time to die. That's how you confuse somebody. So Blofeld's monologuing, you say that to him. Hey, what does no time to die mean? And then while he monologues, you just escape.
Like, plenty of time to die could be like another James Bond title, I think.
Plenty of time to die?
Yeah. Or is it too wordy?
The time to die is not enough.
Well, let's see. We had Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
We had Die Another Day. Am I forgetting one? Is there another one?
Don't die another day.
Don't die.
The world is enough.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yep.
That's the other one. So, I mean...
Tomorrow could possibly die.
That's weird, because Die Another Day is kind of like almost saying the same thing as Tomorrow Never... No, because Tomorrow Never Dies would be saying, like, you have tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm. There's always tomorrow. And then Die Another Day is like Bond saying, I'll die another day.
I mean, they're kind of similar, because you're saying there's no time to die tomorrow. Like, right now, he's saying there's no time to die.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you say Tomorrow Never Dies, it's like there's no time to, like, die tomorrow, because it's like there's always going to be another day, right?
Yeah.
And then Die Another Day is saying, like, yeah, like, to expand upon that, like, we're not even going to die today. We're going to die another day. Like, just forget it. Today we're busy.
Not today.
And then Live and Let Die is something different.
Jeez Louise. We're unpacking some stuff right here.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a good quadrilogy right there if you watched all four of those. Although we haven't seen this one yet, but I assume it's going to be, we'll see.
I want to watch The World is Plenty.
The World is Plenty Enough.
So, hey, tell me your theory about the Bond franchise. You put this up there the other day on your Seven Lamb Facebook page, which you should listen to all of Robert's podcasts. He's been a guest of this for a long time, but he has about 6,850 podcast over on Spreaker. Look for Seven Lamb Productions. Buy some shirts. Listen to his shows.
Yeah.
Listen to Alter Ego podcast. I was a guest on there and I hijacked it.
Yep.
You're going to release your 24-hour podcast that Levin Good and I joined, correct?
Yeah, we're actually releasing it right now in hour increments, but you guys don't show up until like hour 13 or something.
Yeah, we did a late one.
For a while. Yeah.
I mean, so look out for that. But I mean, so let's see, where was I at? I completely lost my.
You're talking about my post.
Oh yeah, your post. So tell me about your theory for this Daniel Craig Bond theory and what you think about this movie.
Yeah, so Daniel Craig. Now don't get me wrong. Like I know everybody like certain people like certain movies and stuff, but I feel obviously Casino Royale. He comes out with a bang. It's a great movie. It's to me it's like almost like the definitive James Bond film. And I love the old classic ones too, but it's always going to be in like the top 5. Then you have Quantum of Solace, which is not that great. It was during the writer's strike or whatever, so I get it, but it just wasn't good.
It's the worst Bond movie.
Yeah. Honestly,
because it's a Bourne movie.
It's the second worst Bond movie for me.
I
guess know what the worst Bond movie is for me? My least favorite.
Plenty of Time in the World is Enough.
Very, very close. It's something about there being like diamonds and they're like always there.
Diamonds are occasionally around.
Yeah, that one is. I hate how they took Ernst Stavros Blofeld and just made him kind of like a joke, and it's right after his wife died. Oh, it's just not good. And it all takes place in Vegas, and it's like, come on. The
moon car, and didn't he dump Blofeld into a large chimney, like a smokestack?
No, that wasn't that one actually.
Oh, okay.
That one was he bangs him up on an oil rig. Like the finale takes place on an oil rig, but like the Bond girl is Tiffany Case, and then like she's just not great, and it's not a good Bond film, and you can tell Sean Connery is bored the whole time. He only thinks back to that paycheck, which I get. Daniel Craig does that too, though.
Oh,
remember,
he wanted bored.
his wrist.
Yeah, he said working on these movies is like slashing a wrist. So Sam Mendes, who did Skyfall and Spectre, they both whinged just nonstop about making these films. I mean, they listen. I've worked on film sets. They suck. They're time draining. They're expensive. They're huge. Spectre was grossly expensive. I mean, just
that thing was crazy.
Yeah, ridiculously expensive, overly long, just bombastic, loud, expensive again. So I can see how making that's a pain in the butt. But I mean, to be like, yeah, I'd rather slash my wrist than get paid $50 million. I mean, listen, maybe he feels that way, but I complain. I was just complaining earlier, but I mean, everyone complains, but still, to say that in public when there's people who don't have work and you're going to be set for life with one movie,
one movie.
it's kind of interesting, right? It's
right.
But that's why I think. Wait, actually, we got to get to your theory real quick before.
Oh yeah. No, but I was going to say, actually, that's a good point though, where you mentioned like Spectre, where it was like overlong and stuff, because obviously Casino Royale is great. Quantum of Solace is a dud. Skyfall is just like breathtaking, the visuals and everything, and the story, like it's just a good movie, and it's like what broke all those records when it came out, right? Mm-hmm. Then you have Spectre, and again, it's kind of like a letdown after Skyfall, and Daniel Craig just kind of has this like great movie, bad movie, great movie, bad movie, but that does mean that with No Time to Die being his 5th in the series, that this one should be an amazing feature film.
And I really hope that too. I mean, we have Cary Joji Fukunaga. He did True Detective, Sim Nombre, that Maniac. He did the Jane Eyre that looked beautiful. Neil Purvis is back, the dude who wrote The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day. All the new Bonds. Robert Wade, same. But one thing that makes me excited is that you have, and a lot of people were cringing at this, but I'm a big fan of the show Fleabag, which stars Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Yeah. And it's wonderful. It's really well written. I mean, it is excellent. So you have, I also like, so in this one, it feels, they sort of realized Craig is tired of all this. So I bet to come back, he wanted new characters. So you bring in Phoebe Waller-Bridge to do a touch up on the script by Robert Wade and Purvis and Cary. And then you bring in Leah Sado back as Madeline. You bring in Oscar winner Rami Malek. Naomi Harris is back. And then you have Lashana Lynch as Nomi, the new 007, and then you have Ana de Armas as Paloma. So I think do you think they're stretching this out? They're kind of they're lessening the load on Bond's shoulders in this one, and they are bringing in other characters who could spawn potential franchises?
I mean, that's a possibility. I think Ana de Armas, for the most part, is just going to be a Bond girl, right? I mean, she might be like a strong Bond girl, but we've seen those in past installments. Like,
I like Kirilenko in Quantum of Solace. She was the best part. She was just on her own side story.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that happens. Like, I think they're like becoming more aware of that rather than just having a Bond girl. But like some people, even like Halle Berry in Die Another Day, like she was like a kick-ass Bond girl. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of how I picture it, especially the way she handles the weapons, like in the trailer.
Oh, the two hands out, just gunning.
Yeah, the submachine gun and like a pistol or something. I don't know. Like I think it was like two different guns, but yeah, she's like just kicking ass. But I think introducing another 00 could potentially lead to something like that, where it's maybe a spinoff because what's her name? Broccoli.
Barbara Broccoli.
Yeah.
What's her name? Broccoli.
Yeah, I can't remember her first name. I know Albert R. Broccoli, but she's the daughter or whatever.
Just say it in a Sean Connery accent. Barbara Wait. How do you wait? Morning Penny. Barbara Broccoli. There we go.
It's
I have to say Moneypenny first to reset myself.
That's how you get into the mood.
I can never jump in just to Sean Connery. Oh, hello, morning. I gotta go. Morning Penny.
Morning Penny.
Then I gotta go another one. But yeah,
hey,
I mean,
but yeah, she said that they weren't gonna do, like, a lot of people were upset saying that there was gonna be a new, basically Bond, a new 00, and that they were gonna take over for Craig, and a lot of people are upset that it was gonna be a woman, but Barbara Broccoli was like, no, James Bond's always going to be a man, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have other characters. Like, obviously there's other 00s, so who cares if one of them's a female?
Yeah, it blows my mind, right? Why not have a 0047 and just have some badass adventures with this person? Like, why not expand the world into this?
It's that whole, like, people are upset, like, shoving SJW, like, oh, we have to meet the quota of, like, all that. And I get it, but I don't feel like this is like them trying to shove it down our throats, Like, this is just them saying, oh, there's other 00s. Why can't one of them be a black woman? Like, who cares?
Who cares? And yeah, I think that's great. I remember, like, why not create new heroes? Why not make this franchise? I mean, Lashana Lynch was already in Captain Marvel. That made over $1 billion. She plays a fighter pilot in 2 movies now. So yeah, it's just, I guess the problem is this trailer is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and this movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes. So all these speculations.
It's gonna be the longest one, right?
Yeah, it blows my mind. I gotta say, when I saw the running time, and I'm never one to begrudge a running time. Like, maybe it's more awesomeness, right? Maybe it's just more cool stuff we'll see on screen. But since I podcast and write so much and have to watch so many movies for research, when I see a 90-minute movie, I'm very pleased.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I was like, wow. I mean, that's just, so that worries me, right? Because if it was 2 hours with all these characters, I'd be worried too, because you're stuffing them in. But it seems like there's a lot. There's going to be a lot.
I think they're trying to make it like an epic. I think they're trying to make it like, because they know that this is the last time that Craig's going to be doing it. They're trying to, like you said, like they're introducing some more characters. They're probably going to give more screen time to these characters. I think they're trying to make it this like epic James, but again, they're going maybe too big. Like, they've been doing that with all these movies now, like ever since, like, really, like, especially with Skyfall, because it broke all those records and made over $1 billion or whatever it was. Now they're just putting all this money into it. But the problem was with Spectre, they just didn't really have the script. Like, I mean, I think it falls flat with like the script. It just feels a little bit bloated, and like even the action scenes and stuff weren't anything to write home about with Spectre. Like, they were all done before.
And what, Christoph Waltz, he draws all the faces on sign. He makes homemade signs for Bond.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. I mean, it looks great. I like the scene where Bond and Madeline get dropped off in the middle of the desert, and they're just standing there looking amazing in tailored clothes. Those are my favorite parts of Spectre, actually. Just
Right.
I don't know, but I want to run another thing by you. So Skyfall, right? In Skyfall, you have the big dirt bike chase. You have the train chase. You have Bond falling off of a bridge. The opening of this is Bond on a bridge, dunking down behind this concrete barrier, a car running over him, and then him jumping off a bridge and whapping into it. It seems very. There are shades of Skyfall in this opening, I would say.
Yeah, I think that they're probably going to try for more of a Skyfall approach rather than. That's why, like, because Skyfall actually did, for the most part, kind of break the mold of like it didn't have a traditional Bond girl, right?
Yeah.
It didn't have. It was very like M centric, right? It was a little bit more slow moving. I think. In general, we got a lot more backstory with Bond. They were trying something different, so I think that's what they're kind of doing. See, that was my problem with Spectre. Is after Skyfall, they do Spectre, and Spectre now feels like a traditional Bond movie. Like they went right back to the traditional Bond movie, but they didn't really like implement anything new. Like you had a car chase, but it wasn't really that exciting of a car chase.
Yeah, the train fight.
Yeah, the
wasn't
train
even that
fight.
exciting.
Yeah, it was like just watching From Russia with Love, but even that fight was better in From Russia with Love. There wasn't like a lot to it, right? So now I feel like now they're trying to reverse that, like what they did with Spectre, and do like something different again. And maybe they'll still keep. Obviously, they got the car, the Goldfinger car, the DB Martin or whatever.
Yeah, flying around murdering people. And you got the appearance of the Aston Martin Valhalla. That's supposed to just do a brief moment in this movie.
It's weird. You know, with the Craig movies, the continuity is like really weird.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong. Like it doesn't, none of it really adds up in the right way. Like because like one of the, I don't even know how to start the sentence, but like
hot beer.
One of the conspiracy theories is that like Bond is just a name, right? That it's always a different person. That's why he always changed the looks, and they always have a new actor, and it's a different person, right? I don't know if I agree with that, just because Roger Moore visits the gravesite of George Lazenby's wife, at Bond. So like. That can't, and he even brings up his wife in The Spy Who Loved Me. He visits the grave in For Your Eyes Only. And then I think even Pierce Brosnan mentions that the world is not enough is an old family motto in The World Is Not Enough. And that was actually mentioned in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. So they are obviously the same person. I believe they're the same person. It's just, to keep it going. So maybe that just means he's saving the day every week or whatever.
It's like 24 for him.
Yeah. It's just like every day is like a new villain trying to destroy half the world. But
that's terrible.
My thing with the Daniel Craig movies is that you have like M in Casino Royale, but that's his first mission, which should precede Dr. No in the timeline, right?
Yeah.
But then M changes to Bernard Lee throughout the first 11 films, and then it goes back to M, who is Judi Dench, I guess, in Skyfall.
Yeah.
But then, like, if that's the case, then, like, it doesn't make, because he brings out the car, but is Skyfall a sequel to Quantum of Solace, or is it a sequel to all the other James Bond movies and comes after Die Another Day?
Woof.
Because he has the car from Goldfinger. They even play the song and stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
So, but when Blofeld gets him in Spectre, doesn't he say, I had Le Chiffre? I had the guy who had an axe fight in Quantum.
Which means that takes place after Skyfall.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So then that doesn't make any sense either.
No. And that's why I just enjoy the ride, man. It's with these movies, I kind of what I get the feeling that they were gonna go for something in Quantum of Solace, but the script got messed up. Then they brought in Sam Mendes to do his own thing. So, you have Martin Campbell doing the beautiful reset with Casino Royale. And then he did Goldeneye as well. And then you have Quantum of Solace that just, like, was a big Bourne movie that suffered from the writer's strike. Then Sam Mendes did his own thing. I think it's just people coming in doing their own thing. They're not too worried about the continuity of it.
But it's like weird now because they do have like Vesper Lynn while she wasn't around after Casino Royale, spoiler. But that is kind of like a driving force for Quantum, right?
Yeah,
so
because
like,
he wants revenge.
She's still kind of like the girl that he like wants revenge for. In this one, or in Spectre, Madeline or whatever, Leah Sado, she is in this new one too. So that means that there's some continuity at least between Spectre and this one. Because also Christoph Waltz is in this one.
Yeah.
He's in the trailer.
But then there's continuity with the other two, right? Because he directly mentions Le Chiffre and Skyfall too.
Does he mention Sky? I forget. Does he mention Skyfall too?
Yeah, I think they're all tied together.
But not Dominic Green, right? Not the Quantum of Solace dude.
Yeah, he worked for him. Yeah, because he was gonna do. It was water. I remember him. Remember they showed his face, and they showed Mad's face. They cunt out little face things.
So he was in charge.
I like you trying to explain this. Hey, so
it's just weird because he didn't know. If you go to the old James Bond movies, he didn't really know Blofeld until You Only Live Twice.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know.
You're the Bond expert here, and you're confusing me.
It's just weird because I'm trying to figure out, like, there really is no, like, you can't watch them in a certain order to get the whole story because the story changes.
Yeah. No, that's why I don't even try. I just get my popcorn and I watch it, and I
enjoy them. Yeah. I mean, I don't care too much.
What do you think about the folding plane? That seems, so if we think about this iteration of Daniel Craig, he hasn't had that many gadgets. In Casino Royale, he had the defibrillator in the car.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just more of a tank. And then you think about the other movies, he had just stock watches or explosive stuff like that. But in this one, these are folding plane. That becomes a submarine.
Which is very, like, it brought back, like, The Spy Who Loved Me type.
And
like,
that seems more fun, right? Do you think this one might maybe enjoy itself a little bit more? I mean, I love the look of Spectre, but it didn't enjoy itself. Do you think this one, from what we've seen, will enjoy itself a little bit more?
I think even Skyfall didn't really have, like, that necessarily, like, goofiness to it. I mean, I guess it did a little bit with, like, the Komodo dragon death and stuff. Spectre didn't. So, yeah, this one might try to do a little bit more of that, but that isn't really, like, Daniel Craig's, like, that's not his vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like, he is more serious and stuff. He's kind of, because even, like, people liken him to Timothy Dalton, because Timothy Dalton was more of a gritty, more realistic. But even in his movies, he's like racing down a mountain in a cello case.
Yes,
like,
he is.
So it's still kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm. And you have shark tanks and stuff.
Right. So this one might have a little bit of that. Like, it might be a little bit more. I think they will have a little bit more gadgets. I think they're going to try to pull out all the stops, which kind of does worry me in the sense of, here's this bigger movie. We're going to introduce more characters. We're going to introduce more, like, female characters. We're going to have, like, stronger characters all around. But then also, like, you know, Bond's going to have his own internal struggle. He's got Madeline, who's, like, this recurring character from Spectre. So she's going to have to tie into the plot somehow. They're going to have gadgets. They're going to try to probably keep it serious just because that's the tone that Craig set. And then also, like, they're going to try something new, but then also have the old kind of James Bond goofiness with, like, maybe gadgets and stuff. And I'm just wondering if all of the stuff that they're trying to do will blend together and make a good movie.
And then, I mean, they're also bringing back Cube and Wishaw. They're bringing back Moneypenny. They're bringing back Blofeld, Christoph Waltz. I mean, they're bringing back Felix. So it's kind of wild in a fifth movie I mean, I guess, remember Blade Trinity tried that? And this is a really weird thing I'm pulling from.
Yeah.
But Blade 1 and 2, man, I love a lot. And I think Blade Trinity, I love Parker Posey's performance. Beale and Reynolds are fun, but whenever I watch that movie now, I get pissed off at it because Wesley Snipes is so good in the first two. And then they just were like, oh, we're gonna piggyback off this movie, and they made it worse for everyone.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, it won't be Blade Trinity. Trust me.
But, no, I don't think it's going to be. And especially with the director and the writers involved, I can't imagine it being a bad movie. I just want it to be a great movie. Mm-hmm. And I don't want it to just be like another. Like, Spectre to me, while I say it's like a dud, it's more because it followed Skyfall. Like, I know it's not bad. It's just not great. And I want a great James Bond movie to watch.
I mean, I enjoyed Spectre. I did. It's just so bloated. Really, and the problem with Spectre is I don't want to watch it. I don't want to put Spectre on.
Yeah.
Doesn't that like seem like a chore right now to put that movie on?
It's a lot. I went and watched all the James Bond movies not too long, like last year. I went and watched every James Bond movie in order just because I do that every once in a while. And when I like, there's certain Bond movies that like I'll put on and I won't like fully pay attention because I've already seen them and they're not the most fun to watch. Like Diamonds Are Forever, I'm just not a fan of. Die Another Day is just too ridiculous. Like there's just certain ones that I'm like, Spectre to me is just like you said, it's just a long one and it's kind of drawn out and there are some good moments to it and it does look pretty at times, but it's just like it didn't do anything besides that helicopter fight in the beginning and that one shot.
Oh yeah, the Day of the Dead. Oh yeah, we're forgetting that. That's pretty cool.
It just starts off like so awesome and then kind of like meanders and I don't know, it kind of lost me. And it's not bad. It's just to me it's like in middle of the road James Bond. Like it's an average one. Yeah. It's fine.
Hey, so how about this? Let's take a quick break and then we come back. We'll talk a little bit more about the trailer and figure out what No Time to Die means. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And Robert, tell me your top 3 favorite things about this trailer.
About the trailer?
Yeah, about these 2 minutes and 30 seconds. What 3 things stuck? You want me to do mine real quick before you...
Yeah, you do yours so I can think about mine real quick.
All right, so I think I really like the scene where Ana de Armas jump kicks somebody with high heels. I mean, because just imagine the pain of that in your chest. It just seemed like her dress actually reminded me of Vespers from Casino Royale. I think she's a cool actress. I think it's neat to have that kind of a character, so I love a good jump kick. And also, there's another jump kick in this movie. There's cars flipping everywhere, and geez Louise. So I'm going to say the jump kick, and then I like that Bond has a visitor badge when he goes back to get his mission and get back into all of this. I kind of dig that about it. And, man, maybe just that odd visual of Safin standing on the frozen ice, shooting down into the water. I mean, it's a memorable visual. I think it's kind of a neat scene. And what I read was pretty interesting that they had to film other scenes separate because he was so busy. So I don't know what that's going to look like on screen. But I do like that visual. He's just standing on ice shooting a bullet down with someone underneath. It stuck with me. So I would say those are my 3 favorite scenes. So
for me, I would say one, just seeing Felix Leiter back.
Mm-hmm.
It's been too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Felix.
He was in Quantum, right?
Yeah, he had a big part in Quantum.
But he wasn't in Spectre.
I don't think so. I don't remember him in that.
And he definitely wasn't in Skyfall. So yeah, it's been a while. So I like seeing him in it. I just think that that's cool. Number 2 though is it's got to be the woods setting when the truck flips like over and then James Bond's just like shooting at the truck as it's already like flipped and stuff. That's pretty cool. And the shot of like the trucks or the Jeeps and stuff like doing that kind of like
flying in the air
off of the hills. Like that's crazy. Like how did they not get a flat tire?
How did the 4 tires not just pop off?
I went over like a speed bump one time, like going like 10 miles per hour or like maybe like 20 and like, you know, I got a flat right after. It's like, come on. I know I have a Corolla, but come on. So like I love the wood setting because it's been a while since when's the last time James Bond has been in the woods? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It's been a while.
Wow. I can't. Maybe, do we count the woods in Skyfall kind of? Because they go to that house, that cabin, or is that just on a moor and not really in the woods?
Yeah, that's not really like in the woods. It was kind of out in an open field, and it's like Scotland or whatever. It's like, I don't know.
It's in a glen.
This is like a redwood forest type thing. You know what I mean? Like it's like.
Yeah.
It just, to me, that was interesting. That's my number 2 though. Number 1 is there's a part in the trailer after I think Ana de Armas like kicks ass or whatever. By the way, I have a huge crush on Ana de Armas. She's so awesome.
Yeah.
She's in so many good movies too. Like she's just a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a part where like I think she holds up like a suit or like a jacket or whatever for James Bond, and she looks at him, and then she like does like this quirky like smile. So I don't know if that's her being like cheeky or like, you know, joking around, kind of almost like Vesper Lynd did in Casino Royale with the tailor-made suit or whatever that she got him. Like as kind of like, you know, being all like Riley, like sarcastic, like got you because I already sized you up kind of thing. I just saw that in Ana de Armas and like the way she like smiles. It's like nobody smiled in this whole trailer except for, I think that's cool.
The
like,
breath of fresh air.
Smile often, like in these grittier James Bond films.
Yeah, even when people tell jokes, like I got why you shot him, and then they just go, everyone tries at least once. Have you flown this plane before? No. And yeah, it's nice when things like
smirk. You might get a smirk, but you don't get a smile.
Because he never smiles really either, Craig. He has some moments. Vesper maybe smiles. Olga never smiles.
No, yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty interesting. And I feel bad for the lady in Spectre still, not Spectre, in Skyfall, who was on the boat. Well,
that's
Severin.
like the worst one ever.
It's so bad. He just gets her killed.
Yeah, I know that was the only thing that didn't sit right with me in Skyfall.
And she said that she was a former victim of child trafficking.
Yeah, that was the problem that didn't sit right with me, was that she was trafficked, then forced to kind of like seduce him. He sleeps with her, and then she dies, and then dies in like a brutal way.
Yeah, then they make a joke about wasting scotch.
Yeah.
And I know he does that to seem tough, but it's just it's not a good moment at all. That's why I'm glad they're moving. That's why I'm glad they brought in Phoebe Waller-Bridge for this, because as much as people want to complain, no female 007, like it's so lame. Like I hate moments like that in Skyfall. I really do. It's just it's not right. it's antiquated.
I think the thing that they were trying to do was to make him kind of like this hardened person, which he already has been throughout most. I mean, I get that sometimes he's just a smooth talker and stuff, but like they're trying to make him like this hard-edged kind of guy, and like almost like, I mean, I know James Bond's kind of like an anti-hero sometimes because of the way he treats people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so like I get that, but also like we've already known that for a long time. We've already established that there is no real need to do that again in Skyfall.
No.
And to that extent.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. And I guess before we get out of here, I just want to hear your thoughts about the new Safin, played by Rami Malek. I mean, we see him in an almost pyramid-esque, naturalistic lair. He has a scarred face, he wears a mask, and he wants to kill millions. Do you like a villain again who wants to kill millions? Skyfall was about revenge. It was getting revenge on Judi Dench and M and doing all of that. This, it seems fun to me. I like a lair. I like killing millions.
It's been a while since we've seen it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess Blofeld had one in Spectre, maybe. Like, he had that facility, I guess.
Yeah, but that was more of like a... That didn't feel like a lair. That felt like a Google headquarters.
Right. Apple.
Yeah, exactly, right? This one feels like a lair. A proper lair.
Right.
And it made me happy to see him walking through that water. And who builds this? Where... I don't want to know the answer to any of that, but I miss these layers. And I guess that's another reason why I'm jazzed about this movie is you got Ana de Armas, you have, new 006 or 007 that took his place, you have, I don't know, folding planes.
Like old school feel to it, which is, like, I'm hoping that they do it in the right amount where, like, you still... keep that realism set by like the Craig films, but also let's get back to, that kind of stuff. Like people like that. That's why they brought the car back with the machine gun headlights in Skyfall. They wanted to bring back a little bit of the old Bond. You know what I mean? So like, let's do a little bit, get that in there and have the lair and the evil villain who wants to kill a bunch of people and James Bond has to stop him.
This may sound insane, but I'm kind of happy that they brought in Fukunaga because as much as I'm a fan of Danny Boyle, I mean, I love Sunshine, I love 28 Days Later, but this may seem more fresh, I guess. It may seem more... I like his voice, I guess. Gary...
Did he direct all of True Blood or just like the first couple?
True Detective. He did the whole thing, I believe. And then he also did Maniac for Netflix.
Right, but he did that one shot in True Detective where
the one shot
that house and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the guy gets it. He knows how to shoot. They brought in Linus Sandgren, who did La La Land: First Man, which I think looks beautiful.
Okay.
That's an
Nice.
excellent looking film. And then the production designer's Mark Tildesley. He did Sunshine. He's a Danny Boyle guy. So I wonder if he came on because Danny Boyle, and then they kept him because they were building these sets. I mean, you got a location scout, build, dress, do all of this. So he might have been on and just stayed on. But he's done Sunshine, 28 Days Later, Phantom Thread. That's a Paul Thomas Anderson. But I also love High Rise. He did with Ben Wheatley. So he's done some edgy movies as well. So you have this guy who's, I don't know, you got kind of new blood a little bit. You have an edge to this one.
Do you think that COVID's gonna kind of ruin? I mean, obviously it's already hurting theaters, but the fact that they pushed it back, does it bring in the amount that they're hoping for?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
So.
Spectre made what, $750 million, and they said that wasn't enough. And Spectre was more expensive, but this is a $250 million budget, right? Who knows what the reshoots did and the halts in production had. And then you have to market it more. So they had one marketing push, right? That was delayed for months. Now they have to do another marketing push. That's going to cost them millions more. So at the end of the day, with the movie theaters keeping money, the budget, the print and ads, the marketing, this is another movie that has to make at least, what, 500 million. And that's going to be really tough in a post-COVID world.
Right.
So, yeah, it's absolutely going to hurt it.
Wanted to break that billion. They wanted to break the billion.
And I guess what killed... Yeah, I mean, it won't, though.
It won't.
It won't, right?
I don't.
Do you think they'll do what Disney did with Mulan? I know... So I work on a lot of film sets, and a lot of my friends are complaining, got annoyed at me that I bought the $30 Mulan to watch it. But I don't think that's going to become the model. People want theaters. People... Because think about this. When you go to a movie, everybody has to buy a ticket. When you buy a movie at home, someone bought it and they had a 30-person watch party, distance party in their front lawn with a big screen. So for $30, all these people watched it.
Right.
And then they also know it's coming out 3 months later, so people are just going to be like, I'm waiting those 3 months. So this movie, Mulan's not going to bust the theaters, right?
I don't know.
But Disney had to do it to make some money. I mean, you have to recoup something.
It's weird that they came out and said that it's going to eventually be free to watch.
That sucked.
I don't know why they say that.
Yeah, that was bad. And all the articles were doing that. And it's just thinking, why are you sharing this? It's 3 months. Like, I don't know. I support the film industry. So I wanted to pay some money to watch it. I also have to write about all this stuff, but I don't know. It just seems weird, right? It just, I don't think they'll do that though with Bond. They want Bond to be on the biggest. They have to. They have to do it. They don't want watch parties going on. So.
Well, it's like Nolan with Tenet. Like he wanted the same thing. He likes theaters and you know he wanted people to see it on the screen. He wants theaters to keep going. You know what I mean? So he's really, and they're bringing out a lot of these big budget blockbusters. They're just gonna take precautions like all these other industries are. You know, Disney's open, so why can't theaters be?
Exactly. I mean, I guess Disney is just so much more on top of things. Maybe, I don't know. Like the problem with theaters, it's like the popcorn and the eating and the distancing, and you're not going to pack theaters anymore. And then what happens if someone takes their mask off and refuses to put it back on? Do you have security? Because look how angry people. It's just going to be an interesting world, man. It's going to be. But I guess if Tenet's the first shot at that, then this has to hit the theaters, though. This movie has to make $500 million.
I want to see it in a theater too.
Yeah, I mean November. Who knows what happens between then and now? Then I think they're gonna push it, man. But the problem is, how many movies are gonna be released in 2021 now?
I know so many.
It's gonna be pretty stacked, and I'm stoked. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing. So hey, any final thoughts about this trailer?
I think it's a good trailer. I actually like it more than the first trailer they released, but it also maybe gave away a lot more that like people were interested in and showed like more of the characters. So that was cool. I like a good trailer. So like the fact that this one like really gets me pumped to go see it. I'm excited for the new one, and I really hope it follows the Craig tradition of good, bad, good, bad.
Yeah, I love that theory.
Really hope so.
So get some hot beer ready. Shake that coffee.
Shake that coffee, not stir it.
Oh, gosh. Well, this was fun, man. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, plug your shows real quick.
Okay, yeah, you can go to sevenlamb.com. We have a bunch of podcasts we work on, mostly audio dramas, which are just like fictional shows. So we have like horror, sci-fi, comedy. We have about 7 of those different stories. And then we also have a couple of regular podcasts like Alter Ego that Mark said he joined recently to talk about some.
I hijacked it.
I talked about it, yeah. So that's on there too, but you can go to 7lamb.com, the number 7LAMB, or, go on Facebook. You can check out all the stuff we got on there. We like post about all of our new stuff that we're working on. And we have a new series coming out called Tower 4, which is going to be a mystery thriller that takes place in the Wyoming woods. So that'll be a fun one too.
And then will there be cake?
Oh, and then Will There Be Cake, which is another normal podcast. It's a daily podcast. We release an episode every single day. And that's me and my friend Amber Simpson get together and we celebrate a goofy holiday every single day. We release an episode. And Mark's been on probably like 8 or 10 of them now.
Yeah, I haven't been invited back, so I'm a little worried.
That's true. Well, we've been kind of slow to record, so that's kind of what the issue is right now. But you will be back for sure.
I hijacked a few of those episodes too.
Yeah, but it's all in good fun, and we get to celebrate really dumb holidays sometimes.
Yeah, I love where the conversations went. It's a free-for-all. At least when Yeah.
I mean, we just like discussed the holiday. Like, I think one of them, Eat Your Vegetables Day, you were on. I think you were on Swim a Lap Day.
Yeah.
And then we just talk about how to celebrate the day and then whether there should be a cake involved.
I love it.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you for joining me, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I'm always happy to talk Bond.
Cool. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Robert Moneypenny, No Time to Die. Wait, I just completely botched that. No time. Wait, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, now you're talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. For Robert Moneypenny, no time to die. I don't even. That's Russian.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
For Robert, hey Moneypenny, no time to die. Lamb. This is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.